my connections weak. Okay, am I back? I'm back? Okay, cool. I'm Kendall Hoeft. I am a life coach who empowers women to live fully, fierce, and free. Thank you so much for watching today. In this episode, we're going to explore some of the understandings behind why it's so hard to be yourself and why you may not even know who you are. Well, one of the reasons it's hard to understand who we are is that we were not allowed to experience feelings. Did you grow up in a home where your feelings were not allowed? If you felt angry, did your parents tell you, like, don't be angry, or don't be sad, or that wasn't bad? I was told that I was being ridiculous when I expressed emotions. I was told that my feelings weren't real, that feelings aren't real in general, that I needed to just wise up and use my brain to conquer and overcome those emotions, those female sensitivities. I was told that I was too sensitive. I was told that I was never going to make it in the real world unless I toughened up and grew a backbone and got thicker skin. And I believe that the intention behind that was for my own protection, but I just think it's really sad and it's really such a lie. I want to tell you today that having feelings is part of the human experience, that it's okay to feel. And it's not okay to just feel happiness and contentment, but it's okay to feel vapid anger. It's okay to feel pain. It's okay to feel grief and loss and sadness and betrayal and frustration and everything that you would feel. In fact, it's so important to our health and our livelihood and even our bodies, emotions, souls, minds, mental states, every part of us. If we try to suppress those emotions, if we try to say that they don't exist and block them out, we're denying reality, and ultimately we are, a part of us is lost. So I want to read this little portion here. And this is from a book called Making Peace with Your Past by Tim Sledge. It's a really great curriculum that I've been kind of teaching through and going through for about 3 years now. It's great stuff. Your behavior is shaped by the family rules. Now, if the family rules said that you can't have emotions or you can't feel things, if they limited the expression of feelings, which many families do, and I'm talking about verbal expression, but I'm also talking about someone like me who wants to dance how they feel, or wants to sing how they feel loudly, or wants to shout. Sometimes we need to shout, you guys. We need to express that stuff. We need to leap for joy. We need to bounce. We need to run around. We need to do whatever we need to do physically. And a lot of times that's suppressed in our society. And I'm a stand for full expression, freedom of expression, creative expression, self-expression, free expression, guys. Expressing our feelings, our emotions, and expressing our identities and who we truly are. Your behavior is shaped by these family rules. So if you normally would express yourself, but your family of origin told you, shh, don't do that, not in public. Someone will think you're on drugs. You'll never get a husband if you do that. If you were told things that ultimately shaped your behavior, compliance with these rules denies a part of who you are. The prohibited feelings are then locked deep inside, and as we know, this is what leads to addiction. All addiction is a form of numbing agent. We use alcohol, drugs, sex, pornography, food, sugar, all of our addictions in order to suppress those feelings. Whereas if we had healthy outlets to be loved, to be known, to be accepted, to be understood, to release, then I feel like we wouldn't have the depression and the anxiety and the stresses and all of the toxins that are affecting our body and affecting our hearts, our minds, our wills, our emotions, every part of us. And so a part of you is lost. You sense that part of your very identity is lacking. And this is the struggle and the journey that I've been like really going hard after for about 3 years, is knowing that I was made to express myself more and being conscious that I was not giving myself permission. And that's because I was not allowed to express all of my feelings as a child, and I never grew out of that. So I just want to encourage you guys that you can look back at your past and say, okay, I can see that that was their rules. I can see that that was their fears. I can see that that was their expectations, their norms, their preferences, but it doesn't have to be me. I can live the life I want to have. I can live fully, fiercely, free. I can express my emotions in the park. No one's stopping me right now. This is amazing. I can do whatever I want to do now. That's going to look different for every person. I heard a lady the other day, and it's funny, everyone in my life is kind of up for being talked about. I mean, I'm a writer and I'm an expresser, and so these are not just their stories, they're my stories because they are part of my journey and part of my experience. So I was at a bridal shower, I think, the other day, and this was actually when I had purple hair, so I guess it was longer than the other day, but it was another day. Anyway, this woman came up to me, and I get a lot of people that will come up to me and go, "Oh, I wish I could do that," or "Oh, I could never be that brave," and unfortunately, they're saying these negative, statements over themselves and over their life. But, well, I love purple hair. Oh, that's so pretty. And you can tell that they connect with it on a soul level and probably likely should have purple hair at this point in their life or some point. But basically they're like, "Oh, that'll be for another life, maybe." And it's this really sad, like wistful, regretful nostalgia where it's like, you see that they actually long for a more colorful, vibrant expression, but they're literally being suppressed and held back because of traditional expectations and like what their family would think about it. I mean, screw that, you guys. Screw that. Like, over it. No. Like, live your life. It's not your parents' life. It's not your friend's life. It's not your church's life. It's literally your life. And honestly, if you know Jesus, we should be the freest freaking people in the world because we know that God approves of us. We know that he made us wild and free and creative and expressive. Like, God's the one that did that. I didn't create myself. I didn't create this. So living authentically and in freedom, that's where the Spirit of the Lord resides. So enough with this religious spirit that seeks to suppress people's expressions. That's not of God. God is a God of freedom and liberation and authenticity and truth and beauty. Woo! Well, on that note, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I will be coming out with a ton more videos on being yourself, authenticity, freedom, and celebrating all of your expression. I'm Kendall Hoeft. Bye.